You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, Internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put your physical or internet security at risk or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, offering manuscript critiques and line edits through a mentoring editorial style. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services, visit blackwolfeditorial.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies with your host, Jason Marshall.
Hey everybody, thanks for downloading the show. If it's your first time listening, this isn't going to be a regular episode, but subscribe anyway because you don't want to miss what I have planned for the next couple of weeks, and this episode is still going to be fun. My guest was going to be Mama Kate, but she's sick and had to cancel right before we were going to record, and I didn't have time to find a replacement, but that's okay. Hopefully she'll get better soon and she'll be back on the show next month. As you heard on Monday, I will be a guest on the Sketch Comedy Podcast Show. That episode will be out on Sunday, so make sure you check that out. I will post a link on the Facebook page, so if you haven't already, go to facebook.com/WeDon'tHaveCookies, give that page a like, and while you're there, you can see Choo Choo Stew's punishment video where he sings the song, "We Don't Give a Damn," about the whole state of Michigan. I got a few emails saying that they didn't get the bonus content that I said I would include with last week's episode of Martial Law, and I tried to find it myself on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and a few other places, and I didn't see it either. Apparently, the only place it shows up is on my other website, wedon'thavecookies.libsyn.com, so I won't be doing that anymore. Since it didn't come out as scheduled, I'll play that on the second half of the show. For those who didn't catch that episode and don't know what the bonus content was going to be, it's the pre and the post shows from last week's Martial Law episode. So Mama Kate is still here. Speaking of martial law, it looks like somebody has taken exception to Choo Choo Stew singing that song, and they want to come on the show for an episode of Martial Law themselves to put him in his place. I don't want to announce who this person is yet, but they live in Michigan, and I'm terrified of them. So Stu is on his own, and I'm not taking responsibility for him singing that song, even though I am the person responsible for him singing that song. Hopefully that'll be happening sometime next month. Next month is shaping up to be a lot of fun. Thanksgiving takes place in November here in the U.S., which is a time a lot of us get together with family and have a huge meal. I will be doing the podcast version of that. I'm calling it the Feast of Friendship. I will be bringing on all the people possible who are associated with the podcast, and I'll be making a few announcements of people coming on board and a few changes to the show as well. Next Monday's episode is going to be a lot of fun too. It'll be the Halloween episode with Dave Nelson, the host of the Fake Advice for New Comics segment and the host of his own podcast, Comedy a Go-Go. There will be another guest on the show that I am very excited about. She's a headlining comedian with 24 years of experience. She's been on the Bob and Tom radio show, The Late Show with David Letterman, and Ghost Hunters. It's KLRNRadio. In addition to being a comedian, she is a ghost hunter and a tarot card reader. She will be on to tell me what is going on with all the weird things that have happened in my house, to see if the curse of the show will continue, and what the future of the show will be. I'm really excited to have her on, and I'm a little nervous too. She takes this extremely seriously, and she's not going to sacrifice her professional integrity just to spare my feelings or tell me what I want to hear. So hopefully what she has to say will be good. If you want to get an idea of what to expect, she has her own podcast called Karen and Kira Can Read. I'll have a link to that in the show notes as well. Another way is to see her perform live. She does shows called Psychic Stand-Up where she performs comedy and then does tarot card readings from the stage. If you live in the Los Angeles area, you can see Karen at Flappers in Burbank this Saturday and Sunday. Show times are at 8 and 10 p.m. both nights. Tickets are $20 at the door. They're also $20 online. I guess it doesn't matter where you buy them. If you're a regular listener, I know what you're thinking, Jason. If the curse of the show keeps up, Karen won't be on because you've already announced her. Mama Kate had to cancel right before the show, and you announced on Monday that you would be back today. Well, I didn't think about that until now, but I'm not going to go back and re-record all this. Besides, there is a show today. It just isn't with the scheduled guest, and I didn't announce her anyway, so who knows? Maybe this episode broke the curse. I guess we'll find out Monday. It's Halloween time, so I'm going to play Chad Neat's Ghostbusters theme song cover and a song by Epic Rap Battles of History between two people that have inspired a lot of Halloween costumes, Jim Henson and Stan Lee.
Ghostbusters? We're really doing this?
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you gonna call?
The police.
If there's something weird and it don't look good, who you gonna call?
Still police.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Most people aren't. It's really not something to brag about.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Cool. Well, congratulations to you. You're not 10 years old.
Who you gonna call? If you're all alone, pick up the phone and call
a friend or relative. That usually cures the loneliness pretty quick.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah, we get it. Still not impressed.
Ooh, I hear it likes the girls.
Oh, so ghosts are sexist now?
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Can we just move on to the next part of the song, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, who you gonna call?
Probably one of those reality shows about ghosts, honey. You can make so much money.
If you've had a dose of a freaky ghost, baby, you better call.
I wonder if they get paid a lot to pretend to see ghosts.
Ow! Busting, ghost busting makes me feel good.
Was that a cum
Throw
reference?
on the proton pack from the trap ropes liner in the back, cause I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I think it was.
Who you gonna call?
Fucking Ghostbusters. You happy now?
Stanley! What's up? Jim Hudson!
Greetings, heroes! Stan Lee's here to battle. It's the mind behind the Hulk against the geek beneath the flag. I'm just your friendly neighborhood writer man with a secret identity of a super MC whose raps are as dark as my shade. You squealing like... You're in trouble now, Jimmy, you dirty old hippie. Your beard needs a little bit of snip and skippy. Heck, that face on your neck ain't sexy. Your one pot sweetums, the other pot skexy. Step up to Lee and you get your butt kicked. Your Muppet Snuffleupagus stuff is butt kiss. I'm broke for Rigno and the comics code. So keep your frog and pig show moving right along down the road.
I'm glad you got that out. That anger can clutter your mind. But you're a creative man, Stanley. Yeah. So let's just leave it behind. Cause I can sense your tension. Once the verbal fencing starts commencing, there is no defense against the dents Jim Henson is dispensing. And I'll clench all your strings like you're a puppet in suspension. Call your superhero friends in. Yeah, cause you're gonna need a vengeance. Let me mention, I'm impressed by all the vision that it took for you to sign your name on all of Jack Kirby's comic books.
Nice try, Frogman, but Jack was a friend of mine. Slip, that was a low blow. He did his own thing, and now you've made it clobbering time. Long, you taught children to count and spell. Then you taught your own kids how to drop your wife harder than you flopped on SNL. I'm telling you, Henson, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I'm a marvel of a party pooper. I'll snap your turtleneck like a doozer stick and put you out to pasture like Mr. Hooper. I'm sorry, Jim. Sometimes I can't control my rage. Honestly, there's a lot of things that you can't control at my age. But the truth is, I miss you. You were gone too soon. You were like watching a beautiful sunset at noon.
Stan. Don't be sad. We all have a time to go. Yeah. Most of the internet thought that you died 12 years ago. But the 4 will always be fantastic. The hope will always be incredible. The words you wove within the hearts of heroes are indelible. There is no beef between us. We're two minds of the same kind. And there is no man who could ever muck with what we've left behind.
I rock the mic properly. Turning profits, I got the key. I'm the juggernaut of stacking knots unstoppably. The Disneyland lord of your intellectual property. So get back to work. That's my time you're wasting. I didn't buy you for billions so you could play around debating. You belong to Disney, which means you stay busy cranking out magic and assembly line whimsy. Artists begging me to star, I won't let 'em. Labor conditions in my show, I don't sweat 'em. I'm powerful enough to make a mouse gigantic. With only 3 circles, I dominate the planet. Clearly, there's nobody near me. I'm owning this battle. In fact, I own this whole series. So I'm on my steamboat, boy. Let's go rock. I'll put a smile on your face and green in your pocket. You'll be safe and insured when you're under my employ. Now look at it. Gaze upon my empire of joy.
Want to contact the show? Send an email to jason@wedon'thavecookies.com or call 929-266-9342 and leave a voicemail.
Yeah, I say medicine, but it's medicinal, honestly. I've got what's called a Theresa May.
Oh, what's that?
Well, Theresa May is our Prime Minister.
Well, I know who Theresa May is, but how is she medicinal?
Well, she done her party political speech thing today, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
She's obviously suffering with a terrible cold and cough. And every few seconds she had to stop to cough and clear her throat. But that's what I've got.
Oh.
I've got a similar sort of thing, you know? So,
in the States, we call that a cold.
Well, it's a... I've just renamed it today as a Theresa May.
Apparently in London, they get a Theresa May.
Yeah, no, I've had it bad since Saturday, really. It's got progressively worse.
Yeah.
So I phoned in sick yesterday. And I took...
I mean, really, can't those trains drive themselves by this point? I mean, they're on tracks. Can't they just GPS it?
But the thing is, when something goes wrong, you've got to be totally on the ball.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're feeling under the weather, I was driving the train the other day, I was like falling asleep. I felt so rough, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not really a good idea, so...
Missing stops, just keep driving, just keep going.
Yeah, until we get home.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get you on the next round.
Exactly. So how's things over there anyway with you guys?
Hot. Stupid weather.
You're still hot over there?
It's still fucking hot. It's like 80 degrees today. Stupid.
I've put the central heating on earlier on because it was a bit chilly, but then had to turn it off because you then start sweating, you know.
Yeah.
So, and the wife comes home from work. She's been cycling, so she's obviously hot.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure the heating's gone off for about an hour or so before she walks in, you know.
But don't you like her hot and sweaty? Does that do it for you? Like, baby, why are you hot and sweaty?
Yeah.
Let's get upstairs.
Yeah, I do talk like that sometimes.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I have to talk like that when I around somebody with a British accent.
She says, go, blimey, darling. Get these clothes off me.
Yeah. Figure she'd be like, shut up, you bloody git.
Except my wife is Scandinavian, so she hasn't got an English accent at all.
Oh. I didn't realize you guys were so international over there.
Definitely. Who I was going to settle down with was just like rolling the dice, really, because I'd been out with like a Maltese, a Chinese.
Maltese? Isn't that a dog? It's like a little, like kind of like
well, she wasn't that bad.
A Yorkshire Terrier type dog. Is that legal in England? I mean,
Yeah.
Here in Ohio, they just made bestiality illegal like 6 months ago. So
I had a Maltese, a Chinese, a Nepalese,
mm-hmm.
and what was the Irish. So I've been sort of like different,
mm-hmm.
been around the world with women. But I stopped off in Finland, and that's what I ended up with.
You never went back?
Never went back. Well, I looked back a few times, but it was too far in the distance, The horizon is getting further and further away.
Well, it's like you could look back, but then you have to look in the mirror, and you're like, oh, well, there's no point looking back, because I am what I am today. That's not going anywhere.
Oh, blimey. Yeah. Oh.
I can't hear you.
Okay, there we go.
There you are.
All right. What we're going to do today is we're going to do a quick episode of martial law. Katie's got to go at 2:15.
Okay, cool.
If you want to do another episode with me sometime within the next week or so, let me know, because I'd like to do one with just you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm always up for it, Jason. It's just, the time difference and my work and stuff like that. But when I can do it, I'll definitely do it. No problem.
All right. You guys ready?
Nope.
Okay, well, we'll do about 5 more minutes for Katie to get ready.
Okay.
No,
go ahead.
By the way, I got a bailiff now.
Is it the cat?
No, she's gonna, it's the person who does the intro for the show. She's gonna introduce the episode as an episode of martial law. And she's the bailiff who's going to introduce me very sluttily and say, "All rise, the Honorable Jason." It's going to be great. I had her do it 2 ways. One is just a straight up bailiff, like, "All rise, blah, blah, blah." And then one's just a slutty mess. And I kind of like the slutty mess. So
that sounds really good. Oh, I like that. I like the idea of that.
Yeah, me too.
I was going to say, can she introduce me as well? All slutty like.
I'm supposed to be talking to her this weekend, so we'll see. You never know. I'm going to also try to get the guy who did the cover art to do a version of the cover art, but with me with a judge's wig and a robe on.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to issue the ruling a little later because Mama Kate's got to go. And
I don't get to hear the ruling?
I got to figure out what the punishment is. And I don't know who I'm going to rule for. Maybe Mama Kate gets punished. Maybe Mama Kate has to fly all the way to the UK. and instead of going to London, she has to go to Edinburgh and check out the festival and take pictures and then come back. And just to show it's not that easy to visit somebody when you're abroad.
Yeah.
No, I'm not calling you abroad. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'll do that. That's a good punishment. I just don't know who's paying for that ticket. I mean, I don't.
Well, that's why it's
a
punishment.
Days.
You have to. I mean,
that's a very expensive punishment.
Hey, you agreed to come on the show.
I think she at least needs to come and pick me up from the airport.
You go from the airport where? In London? Detroit?
Well, Stu, I'm sorry to keep it so short. I was hoping to do a longer one with you, but I knew you wanted to do something with Mama Kate, and she threw down the gauntlet on the martial law thing. So I thought, I've been so busy lately, I didn't know the next time I'd be able to line something up. Yeah. But hopefully me and you can line something up within the next week or two.
And you're just cutting me out, just like that. I'm just...
Well, you gotta leave in 3 minutes.
Just nothing, right? You're like, we'll just set something up without this stupid bitch we have here. I mean, I'm not saying she's a stupid bitch, but she's a stupid bitch.
It was heavily implied.
So mean.
And all of that's going to be a bonus clip that I'm going to add.
Yeah.
All this little banter here. So if you're listening to this, let me know how the hell you listen to it, because I put out bonus content before and I can't listen to it. So let me know. I'd be very interested to know. It is weird. I put out bonus content on some of the episodes, and on the device, on the app that I use to listen to my podcast, it doesn't come up. I'm being serious. If you are listening to this, please let me know how. I just want to know how it works, because I'm thinking about not doing that anymore. Yeah. I don't do it a lot, and that's
I'm sure it just comes out like the other content, doesn't it?
Well, that's what I thought, but it comes out with the episode. So when you get an episode, I just assumed there was something around where the show notes would be, or it would just come out just like this, only it would just show as a bonus or something. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's very odd.
Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe
are you doing the cave crew tonight?
If I'm well enough. Cave crew is at like 2 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
So, and as I'm not even going to work, I don't know. It might be a long day tomorrow, you know, but we'll wait and see.
See, I need to bring Kate on to martial law, but I need another judge because she doesn't listen to my podcast because she's got kids and she doesn't want them to hear it and she's got other things to do, but she tunes in live almost every fucking week to listen to you. And I don't know how that works.
See, she needs to just get a Bluetooth headset or something, and she can walk around as she's feeding all her children. Headset.
My 17-year-old has absconded with it. He asked if he could use it one night, and I never got it back. Fuckhead.
That sucks.
I know.
You have to hide everything, especially headphones.
I got a pair in my drawer, and then I bought these in Pennsylvania. They're ear candy. I think this is skull candy, something like that.
Yeah, skull candy. Yeah.
They're the best pair of headphones I've ever had.
I put mine by my bed so that when I go to bed, I can put them on. But what happens, I get home from work and my headphones are gone because the kids have taken them. So what I've done now, or what I do, I steal my children's headphones.
Oh, yeah. They're probably yours.
And I just put them all beside my bed because I know they're going to come and look in to steal mine when they can't find theirs. And that way, they're own up.
So you wear headphones to sleep?
Yeah. I can't just go to bed and go to sleep. I have to either watch something on YouTube or listen to a podcast.
I thought maybe your wife snored.
No, she does. Last night I went to bed listening to Metal Thunder Radio.
That always puts me right to sleep.
It's like listening to a lullaby.
Well, thanks for coming on, Stu. I really appreciate it. Kate's got to go, and my wife is hate texting me, so I need to. We got a couple of tons of gravel coming tomorrow, and she's trying to figure out what the price is, and I don't really want.
So you're not going to rule? How's he going to find out the punishment?
Oh, he'll find out.
Because clearly he's going to be punished, right?
One of you will be.
Well, then how am I going to find out? Because you know I'm not listening to this shit. I was already on it. Why am I going to listen to it?
That might be the double punishment.
Make me listen to podcasts.
Now you have to listen from episode 1 to 160. And I want individual reports.
I just hate listening to myself is really.
We need to just set her 100 questions on which episode did such and such say this? Or who said this on.
But I'm not being punished.
That's what I should do. We should do We Don't Have Cookies Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And we'll just have 3 people. You guys buzz in. That would be great. Well, you have a good day, Stu. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, you take care.
See you later.
See you, Mama.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
But it's medicinal, honestly.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies, Dummies of the Year edition with your hosts, Jason Marshall and Benny Mack.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to September's Dumbass of the Year. And with me, as usual, Benny Mack, and we have new show intro music, which includes, well, it's not show intro music, but we have a new intro to the show that includes Benny in the intro.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. I just had that.
September Dumbass of the Year. I can't believe it. I'm psyched to be here with you, Jason Marshall.
I just had that intro recorded last night just for you, man. It wasn't fair to have the Dumbass of the Year intro and not have Benny Mac's name in there.
Oh, man, I've made it. I feel like I've made it.
I felt like I made it a couple of days ago, and it's all thanks to you. I was on Periscope.
What?
I was checking out somebody's Periscope video. I was in the chat. I was just talking to the guy who was doing the video, and he recognized me from the Dumbass of the Year videos that we do.
Oh, man. Hey, you know, I don't have thousands and thousands of fans, but those fans that I do have, man, they're a loyal bunch.
Yeah, it was really awesome. So everybody check out Goonies for Life. If you go on Periscope, make sure you give him a follow.
Oh, awesome. Sharing the love. So it sounds like it might be a quick episode this week with maybe only a couple of dumbasses this month.
Yeah, we only got 2. Before we get into that, the big elephant in the room, if you will, Benny is in Pakistan right now, which is awesome.
Man, oh man, I think I'd like to thank Mark Zuckerberg for this misunderstanding. You see, that Facebook location swap thing, it's not so accurate. I'm actually in a beautiful, isolated tropical island in Vanuatu called Tana Island, and I'm not in Pakistan. Facebook don't know where I am. Mark Zuckerberg's thought it out, man. This is cultural misappropriation, and I don't like it.
How the hell did that happen?
It's typical white man just lumping them all together, you know? No, it's the spelling of the place, okay? It's the simple spelling of the place, and the fact that this place is so isolated. I asked one guy, does this place even have any maps? And he just looked at me like, no. Man, oh man. Everyone gets around on four-wheel drives. 90% of the roads are unsealed.
Wow.
People are still living in their natural village state, living the custom life, they call it, respecting the land, sea, and sky gods, and living below an enormous active volcano. You've heard it on the news. This is one of those places right here in Vanuatu.
That's awesome, man. What are you doing over there?
I'm working with a Japanese film crew. We're shooting a TV show. And what that show, it's sort of like a Japanese-style Survivor, but it's got a real interesting reality clause to it, which is they've got to live the custom life. They've got to live on the land, build their own huts, walk around wearing their penis gourds in the nude, essentially, and basically hunt for their food, fish, and basically live the island life.
Wow, that sounds awesome. How long are you going to be over there?
Our trip over here is about 2 weeks or about 14 days. So most of our time is spent on this island. I'll be spending a few days over in civilization, maybe drive around some quad bikes on the street, maybe get one of those UTV vehicles and peel that down on one of these beautiful white sand beaches. I don't know, maybe rent a jet ski. But right now, I'm covered in dust. I've been walking around in bare feet, climbing volcanoes, talking to the locals. It's been a beautiful experience. The people here, there's a reason why they call it the friendly or the happy islands. And these people are some of the most friendly, happiest people I've ever met. And it's heartwarming.
Yeah, that's really nice, man. It's good to hear.
It really is, man. And it makes you realize what you've got. Like my brother, Jason Marshall, we're brothers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And family, it's all about family and unity. So even those dumbasses are all united, you know? As stupid as they are, they've still got a place in our heart.
And I can't wait until the actual Dumbass of the Year where we have all 12 of them together.
I know, right? I know. We're going to fly him out on a private charter to Vegas. We're going to get us some lap dances. I don't know, maybe do some blow off the toilet seat. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited.
Well, before we get into this month's Dumbasses, I have a this or that scenario from our friends over at the This or That podcast. And this one actually might come kind of close to home for you. It's, would you rather sleep in the sand or walk in jelly?
Frankly, I've got no problem with either. Jelly tastes a lot better between the teeth. Sand probably feels a lot better between the toes. So I guess it depends whether you want to eat some horse hoofs or whether you want to walk around in some destroyed shells and some, lie and roll around in some dead marine life. So it's up to you. Either way, you're essentially bathing in the death of another animal, pretty standard. So what I'd like to do is have a jelly fight on the beach, I think.
Sounds fun.
Crazy answer, but man, oh man. Horse hooves. That's what it is. Horse hooves. Look it up.
That is crazy to think of it that way, isn't it?
It really is.
It's delicious. And you would never know that if you looked at a horse hoof.
Exactly. Walking around in all the slop like that. Ain't that something?
Well, this month's Dumbasses of the Year, there's only 2 this month. The first one is a California man who ate a live black widow spider in hopes to get a job at a Halloween festival.
Right. Yeah.
How long do you
Not a good move.
How long do you got to be unemployed before you think that's a good tactic to get a job?
I know, right? I mean, hey, Jackass, when that was out, he could have maybe got a job with them. That would have been something consistent. Maybe got a couple of movies. Maybe he got lucky and did the 3D movie when that was cool. But eating a black widow spider just so that you can get a job on Halloween, I mean, that's only one day a year. Yeah, I mean, man, oh man, his medical bills would have far exceeded any revenue that work and that form of employment could have produced. I don't know where his head was at. But, man, hey, we're talking about him now. I mean, Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off a bat live on stage and spit it into the crowd. I think that eating a black widow spider, hey, that gains a level of trust. If I was ever in the bush in the tropics with that guy and I saw something, a deadly rattlesnake, maybe something jumping out of bush, someone with a bow and arrow, that guy will just jump out there and eat it.
Yeah, he would be a good guy to have around. He would be a good candidate.
This guy's a hero. Man, oh man, we should put him on the title song. Man.
I tried to get a hold of that guy to get him on the show, but strangely enough, he's kind of hard to get a hold of. There's not a lot of social media presence for him.
He's one of those mysterious ghost characters. They only lurk in the shadows. You can't find them if you're looking for them. They're going to track you down. So maybe he's just going to give you a call soon and spook you.
You never know.
Hey, he's a professional frightener, so I don't doubt him. I'm sure he could get you even when you're on edge looking for him, you know? Wow, there you are. I see you.
He looks pretty creepy. I wouldn't put it past him to show up at my house someday.
At night. All right, man. Damn. Where's that guy from?
He's in California. And I watched,
there you go.
I watched the video of him eating that black widow spider. And the guy who he was trying to impress asked him if he's ever been bitten before, because apparently this guy does it all the time. And he said, yeah, he's been bitten twice, but he keeps pills on him. Yeah, I know. But he keeps pills on him.
You got to carry pills?
Yeah, just in case.
I think that's important.
And the pills were 3 ibuprofen. So I'm not sure how far that's going to get him.
So they weren't even anti-venom. And they were like I think that's like an anti-inflammation. That's good if you've rolled an ankle or something and you got a bit of a swelling in the joint. I don't think it's sort of like swelling on all occasions. It's not like a cure-all. You can't get bit by a poisonous rattle and pop, say, a little ibuprofen or something. You need something a bit stronger. You need to contact a medical team that specializes in these sort of arachnids, these arachnid spiders, and you need a vial. You need a temperature-controlled vial of this vaccine, and that's going to counteract the problems before your limbs rot off.
Yeah, it's ibuprofen.
Or your
is not
face.
the way to go.
Let alone letting it bite your face, your whole head's liable to fall off. I've seen a chicken running around with its head up. I'm not sure if it works too well for a human. I think we've got a few more operations going on in our system. Standing vertically and all.
You offer him a job at a Halloween festival, and he might let you try it.
Man, it would be a hell of a show. Well, that's him. Get him in. Let him put on a show. If it's his last show, hey, he went out with a bang.
They'll never forget him.
They'll never forget him. That guy's got a place in my heart, that's for sure. And I'm sure he's got a bit of venom in his heart, too.
The last nominee is me. One more time. I know. Second month in a row.
Wow.
For messing up the intros to the past few shows, I nominated myself on the 18th. So the show intros have been okay now, but at that point I didn't realize it. But in the intros to the show, I had the intro for this month's Dumbass of the Year instead of just the normal show, which I thought was kind of appropriate. I was fucking up and I was a dumbass and I was introing the Dumbass of the Year episodes.
Oh man, you've done it again. You've done it again, Jason Marshall. I mean, didn't we talk about this spider guy last month?
Did we?
You tell me. I think we're repeating ourselves here.
No,
but I like it. It's hilarious. And I wouldn't be surprised, viewers. I wouldn't be surprised. This Jason Marshall, he's such a character. Chances are this show is a complete and utter, what's the word? Flap and flappery or something.
You know what? We did talk about him. And what happened was he was a nominee for September, and we made him the nominee for last month on the show where we were doing for August. So it all just
I think, you know what we need to do? We need to stop deleting the months. We just need to stop running by the calendar year. That's a social construct. So is time. We don't need to run by that. All we need to do is give the episode a title, like, of the month. What month? I don't give a damn. Just any month. It's going to be way less confusing. At the end of the year, we do a whole cleanup. It's like a spring clean. We figure out what we want. We rig it. We're writing the script. We rig the elections, you know, just like the politicians do. And man, oh man, it's a hell of a show. I hope you love it like I do. It's so invigorating. I'm getting my endorphins.
That is a good point, though. I think from now on, we should never nominate somebody for Dumbass of the Week and have it on the Dumbass of the Month show. It gets way too confusing.
Man, I'm learning, you're learning. This is a whole new experience. Everyone's learning together, you know, trying to figure it out.
At this point,
one step at a time.
At this point, it's past 3 a.m. here in the States.
I think it's the time. I think it's a situation about time zones. I think it's a whole range of beautiful things. It could be the energies that are sort of flowing around the world at this moment here. I mean, hey, maybe you're just utterly concerned for this poor guy and you need to get that treatment to him. You need to put that vial on a drone. You need to get that drone there with that secret amoeba inside it, and that's going to prevent his face from falling off. You like this guy. You want to find him. You want to make sure he's not dead. Somewhere inside of you, you're scared, Jason Marshall.
That's why I nominated him twice. He needs to get some of that Dumbass of the Year money in December. So
man, we got to pick him. We can't keep picking you, bro. Okay, so it's definitely the Spider Eater, the Arachnid Man from California. He's this month's Dumbass of the Year. I reckon that's true.
Yeah, and hopefully we will be able to find that guy and get him on the show sometime. I have been working on that.
Oh man. I like that. We're going to get him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, with your help, we're going to track him down, make sure he's not comatose or slumbering around in some corner or lurching around like he's under the influence of some highly poisonous toxin. We're going to revive his heart. We're going to slap an insulin needle, puncture his chest plate with an insulin needle, and punch him full of adrenaline. He's going to be up on his feet in no time, climbing trees, finding more spiders.
And you know what? I feel like a real dumbass now because this whole time, whatever I was looking at, it said you were in Pakistan. And I made a Facebook post saying that me and you are going to go live here soon. I made it on the We Don't Have Cookies Facebook page. Make sure you give that a like. And I said, Benny Mac's going to be on the show from Pakistan. Why is he there? You'll have to listen to the show and find out. Well, hopefully they did listen to the show, and now they know you're not in Pakistan at all.
Man, I'm technically there. As far as Mark Zuckerberg's concerned, I'm in Pakistan right now. But that's cool. You know, a little bit of a clickbait title. I like that. It's all interesting. It's different. It's something new. It's something to conjure a few visions in the mind. And man, oh man, if Pakistan it is, let it be.
You sent me a few pictures. And I never thought Pakistan would ever look like that. That must be a really, really far Asian part of Pakistan.
Man, yeah, it is. It really is, you know. Oh, man, no, but really, this is an amazing place, Jason. It's great to have you and the team tuning in, doing this remote broadcast. I'm surprised the internet's holding out. We're off the grid. You might be able to hear the sounds of a generator running in the background. There's literally pickaninnies scrambling all over the bushes here. It's a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah, you'll have to take some pictures and we'll put them up on the Facebook page, man. It sounds like a wonderful place.
It really is, man. They live in traditional means. They have houses high in banyan trees, and they perform these amazing dances and feasts and ceremonies, and they just live the custom life.
Sounds like a good time, man. I really wish I could be there. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm a lucky guy. This is the second time that my job's brought me here, so each time I learn a bit more and feel a bit more at home and get to meet and become friends with a few more of the locals.
Sounds good, man. Do you got anything you want to plug before we go?
No, buddy. No, I just want everyone to win on. Keep being successful, follow your dreams, and just do what you do, because ain't nobody going to do it better than you.
Sounds good, and I want to thank everybody for downloading the episode. I hope you had fun. I hope you're not mad that he wasn't in Pakistan.
Next week.
I really thought that's where he was. I wasn't trying to mislead anybody.
It's all right, man. Hey, remember, it's Mark Zuckerberg's fault, man. You're not going to get done for that cultural misappropriation or whatever they say. You're good. You're good.
All right, guys. And the very next episode is going to be an episode of martial law between Mama Kate and Choo Choo Stew. And I know what everybody's thinking. Jason, every time you announce something's going to happen on the show, it always falls through. You even nominated yourself as Dumbass of the Year because of the curse. Well, I already have it recorded. I already have it edited. I just have to publish it.
Man, oh man.
Hopefully,
you know what I think? I don't think you jinx yourself, but you know what I think? Ooh, I love me some Mama Kate.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for us. I hope you're having a great week. I'll talk to you soon.
Right on.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you next time.
I'm not in Pakistan. Facebook don't know where I am. Mark Zuckerberg sorted out, man.
Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies, Martial Law Edition, with your host, Jason Marshall. All rise. The Honorable Jason Marshall, presiding.
Thank you, Bailiff Maya. Welcome to Martial Law. Today, the plaintiff is Mama Kate. She's here today because she is upset that the defendant, Choo Choo Stew, came into our great nation of the United States of America, all the way from London, England, and not just anywhere in the United States of America. He came to Michigan, and for those not familiar, we live in Ohio.
Yeah.
About 3 hours away.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
not far is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Look at that on a map if you need to.
And before the proceedings start, I just want to say, Choo Choo Stew, I want to make sure that you know that I am not biased in any way, even though I can't fathom what your defense could possibly be. I don't want you to not try as hard as possible, because quite frankly, you should.
Yeah.
So.
It feels personal. That's what we're saying.
So, I'm going to let Mama Kate give her,
but you just
her side of the argument.
I mean, you just said it all.
Yeah, but we got to do something.
We do these shows together.
You could introduce me.
We thought we were part of the podcast family, Choo Choo Stew. We thought we were the Pottern family, but yet you don't even come visit your Ohio cousins. You're like, no, fuck you. I'm headed to Michigan and straight to Canada.
Pottern family was so 2016.
That's true.
Isn't it? No,
apparently he's just like, fuck them all. I'm big time now. So I'm just going to do my thing and not care about anyone else's feelings, Stu. That's what I hear. I don't care about your feelings.
I'm a bit nervous here in my part of the court.
But anyway, what say ye to these charges, Stu?
As in guilty or not guilty?
Yeah. First of all, how do you plead?
I plead not guilty.
Okay.
For a start.
Because
although
I am
guilty of not coming to Ohio. I'm guilty of that, but I plea ignorance. Really, that is my plea.
Because you didn't know where Ohio was. That it was.
Well, I didn't know Ohio was in America.
We are the great Buckeye State.
We do have a pretty thick Caribbean accent.
Yeah, I can understand why you would think that.
Sorry, Mon.
Hey, Mon.
Now you see, I've got a brother that I don't go to visit half as much as I should do, and he lives on an island on the Isle of Wight, which is just off the south coast of England, and it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours drive plus the ferry, and that's quite a long way.
Yeah, but
for
your
me.
brother's probably an asshole, and we're great people you've never met before. So,
So
why would you come to Ohio, Stu? Why?
I didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was so close. Honestly, I didn't realise Detroit was so close to Canada, which is where I was going to Canada after all.
Yeah.
And Detroit was just my landing point. Yeah, just so happened there. Had I stayed a bit longer, but anyway, that's my reason.
How long
because
were you in the U.S.?
About 6 days.
6 days?
Well, not in the US.
And you didn't have time to come to Ohio? Come on.
I would have done. In hindsight, I would have done. Definitely, like now looking at the map, I see a place called like Toledo, Columbus, I've heard of, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I've definitely done all of those places.
My daughter's at school right by Toledo.
We're a suburb of Cincinnati. We went over that on a show nobody heard.
Because Jason forgot to hit record.
We just did an hour show that didn't get recorded. So I would like to know what your defense would be. Again, I'm completely unbiased.
Okay, but
I don't want you to think my questioning is showing any kind of tendency to how I'm going to rule on this case.
Didn't it ever occur to you when you were like, hey, I'm going to the United States. Maybe I should see where this Ohio place is. Maybe we could get together. That clearly were not in your thoughts at all. And that's what really upsets me, Stu. So really breaks my heart.
My two main concerns about entering the United States was they hand out guns basically at the airport. If you haven't, they ask you if you've got a gun. If you haven't got one, they will arm you with at least one.
Especially when you go to Detroit, because it's really just for your protection. There are bears taking over some of the abandoned places.
But if you want to buy a 6-pack of beer, right? Or like, for instance, if I run out of beers and wine or whatever, I would go down my supermarket or just down the road 24 hours a day. I can buy a bottle of wine, case of beers, and a bottle of whiskey or whatever I want, all in the same shop. Within 5 minutes, I've got hundreds of places that sell it. Now over there, they'll hand out a gun to me, but they won't trust me with buying a bottle of whiskey in the same store as you can buy cans of beer.
Yeah, they do have state stores. But here in Ohio, we have this thing called the drive-through, which I didn't realize until I traveled a little bit, that these were not things that are all over the place, where you actually just pull up in this garage type of dwelling place. And it's just full of beer and pop and cigarettes and chips and candy. And somebody comes up and they're like, what do you want? And you're like, I want a 6-pack. And they're like, okay. And they hand it to you and you pay them and you drive off. It's like, it's like McDonald's for beer.
Is it like some old shack, like with this fella with a bit of straw hanging out the corner of his mouth, and he's wearing these dungarees?
Some of them. You can pull up there smoking a joint, and they'll be like, "What do you want?"
Rolling papers, obviously. Which they have those
and
too.
A lot of them now sell like bowls and bongs and stuff in there. I mean, you can really get anything.
Mm-hmm. And liquor, as long as it's a certain percentage. They sell Mad Dog and stuff like that.
I say over here, it's just so easy to get it. But
if somebody had come to Ohio, we could have shown you the drive-through and how magical they are.
Well, my thing is, and again, I don't want you to think I'm being biased here, but we could have just went up to Michigan and met you at the airport. We could have went to IHOP, and then you could have went to Canada. We wouldn't have had to take a day out of it or anything like that.
Yeah, but he didn't even tell us he was coming. Nothing. No communications.
I know. In hindsight, I should have. I should have said yes. I mean, I nearly never made it to Detroit, to be honest, because I missed my connection in New York, because the Americans took so long. The queue was so long. The immigration. Yeah. It was like a mile long queue, and then when I finally got to the front, the geezer that was like dealing with fingerprints and passports. He kept going off for a cup of tea or something. I don't know what he was doing. But he kept disappearing.
It's not tea, I can tell you that.
So, and then by the time he finished with me, I then had to go and find my suitcase and then line up again to get my suitcase searched because I had food in my bag. So by that time, I knew I'd well and truly missed my flight. But so then I had to stick around for about 4 hours, in that airport as well.
Yeah.
Before flying to Detroit. But so in hindsight, what I should have done is hired a car from Detroit and then drove myself down the 75.
Somebody's been looking at a map.
I kind of feel bad. I don't know if this is an episode of martial law or just the roast of Choo Choo Stew.
Can't help it. My feelings are hurt.
But next time, it's definitely got to be on my, it's got to be on my destination list.
I do want to say that I can tell the remorse in your voice.
There is much remorse, but then looking at the map, I might drive straight through Ohio and head on to Kentucky or maybe West Virginia.
So you're going to see Kenny Bolin before you come and see us.
There's so many places that I'd like to see. Nashville used to be one of my big ones. I'm not too bothered, but there's just so many places that I'd like to go and see. Knoxville. It's probably a shithole, but it sounds good.
I have family around Knoxville. I can tell you it might be one of the places you can just go ahead and cross off your list. It's a nice place. I just don't know if I would buy a ticket from the UK all the way over here.
Just to check it out. Yeah.
If you're driving through someplace, you might want to check out the mall or something, but all right. I think I've gathered all the information that I need. We're going to take a recess. When we come back,
guilty.
When we come back, I'll have my ruling.
Guilty.
And I will also issue the punishment.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Hi, everybody. Guess who's back? You know what it's time for? Put your hands up. Come on, everybody, put your hands up. It's time for everyone to put your hands up over your head. Can you do just what I say? Now turn around. Come on, everybody, now turn around. It's time for everybody to turn around and face the wall. Can you do just what I say? Take your wallet and throw it in the bag. Take your wallet and also your watch and your jewelry. Hey, everyone's doing such a great job. I don't think anyone's gonna get hurt. Now lay down on the floor and be real still. Lay down on the floor and don't say a word. Lay down on the floor and close your eyes. Oi, that means everybody. It'd be a shame if someone had to get taken out this late in the game. Now do just what I say. For your own sake, do just what I say. Now, we are going to go and hide. But while we do that, I want you to stay here and count really high. All the way to 1,000. As soon as you reach 1,000, you can open your eyes and go tell your friends everything we did today. But not before you reach 1,000, right? Ready? Here we go. Goodbye, everybody. See you next time. 1, 2, 3.
All rise.
Thank you, Bailiff Maya. It is my understanding that both parties have been removed from the courtroom for indecent conduct, which you can hear the start of by Mama Kate just prior to the recess. So I will be giving my ruling now, and both parties will have to listen to the podcast to find out the consequences of said ruling. For the matter of Mama Kate's charges of Stu flying from London, England to Michigan without coming to Ohio to visit her or myself, I find in favor of Mama Kate. Stu, I sentence you to sing the song, "We Don't Give a Damn About the Whole State of Michigan," and it must be submitted to the court in video form by Friday, October 19th, to be posted to the We Don't Have Cookies Facebook page, which listeners can like by going to facebook.com/We Don't Have Cookies. And if it is not received by that time, Stu, you will be suspended from the show indefinitely. I would also like to let the listeners know that I've included bonus content of this episode of the pre and post shows. There will be a link to that in the show notes as well. With that said, court is adjourned.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about